a couple comments on Ukraine because, it's apparently starting. And so, it's noteworthy for me to babble some stuff. But this will be, back to being Russia. Remember that this was Russia. And so when they went rogue, when we beat them down financially and the Soviet Union kind of broke up, it could be the same as like during the Civil War that California went rogue and then things calmed down after 10 years and we want California back. It could be seen just like that. These are Russians. They're not United States. The one thing that makes me nervous is that we seem to be really sticking with it. And so, of course, I don't want to be against our country, but what is the reason for sticking with this when this was part of Russia until a short time ago, and Kiev was the root of Russia? And then over the years, the culture kind of went to Moscow. So I don't know why we're sticking behind something that we can't win. Now, Infographics, which I highly recommend, has a good upload about how the war is going to go. And first of all, Ukraine can't beat Russia. And so they predict that Ukraine will hold out as long as they can, waiting for public support from the United States. So it's hopeless because the United States, NATO, whatever you want to call it, is not going to sit here and be paying for missiles and bazookas and rockets to be shooting against Russia. It won't work. It won't work because we would be seen like you're on the border of Russia here. You're on the border of Russia and you're funding this proxy war right across our border, just as if this was Canada. And then Russia goes in and is launching rockets and anti-tank weapons to kill Americans over here. We wouldn't tolerate it. So that won't work, and the support won't be there. It's a bluff operation, and it'll be Bay of Pigs all over again, where Kennedy, secretly tried to go in and pull a Bay of Pigs. In other words, this is Bay of Pigs in Cuba, but then abandoned it when he realizes, we can't win this, and he didn't send in air support or didn't do nothing. Now that's what's going to happen here, that the United States is going to find, okay, they're holding on because Russia is not going to come in here and start killing everyone. It's not going to be like World War II, bomb the cities, and no, it's not going to be like that at all. It will be political. So Ukraine will hold on and wait for world support, which is not going to come. It won't. They'll bluff. They'll bluff for a while. And then Ukraine will be this part, and this will be back to Russia, and Russia will give up this part. But, it can't be like Vietnam, where the United States is down here, and the North Vietnamese are trying to come in and unify the country, and then we're down here fighting the war against them. Do you think the United States is going to do that in Ukraine? No. It'll be like a Bay of Pigs all over again. So it's, I hope they're doing right, because if our leaders insist on making this part of the United States with missiles pointed right at Russia here and off over into here, and yet I don't see why they're sticking so hard behind it. But there must be a reason. There has to be a reason. And the United States could solve it by agreeing that, okay, we agree that Ukraine is mostly Russia anyway, and it was just a few years ago. And so we agree that we're going to stop sending in missiles, anti-tanks to be able to go to war against Russia. You know, I just don't see it as tenable. All they have to do to end all this, in which Russia would not be coming back in here to take back part of Russia, except that they are going to join NATO and start putting missile pads. I just don't know what the deal is unless the United States specifically wants to be here to attack Russia. The infographics specifically explains that Russia has no history of going in and taking things over, like they here in they did come down here. The people they were doing poorly, and now they make twice as much, and they're happy. Okay, but they don't have a history of invading, taking over area. They have a history of being invaded. Also, the term that Jay Chuck was looking for is natural or geographical border, like the top of a mountain range or a river, something like that. That's what he was looking for. But anyway, I don't know what this is all about, but you realize in days or weeks that Russia could launch a tactical nuke. They get on the phone to the correct people and go, okay, we're going to do a shot over the bow. No, we're not getting ready to launch our missiles against the United States and destroy the world, but we're going to do a tactical nuke to show you that we're not backing down. Now, if and when they do that, there is no way the United States can maintain this bluff war of trying to make this the United States. There's no way. It's unwinnable. It's unwinnable. There's not going to be no all-out war. Russia goes in and bombing the cities and mowing people down. And likewise, no, this is modern times. That's not going to happen.